What's going on, guys? Scar coming at you today with another Magic the Gathering video. In today's video, we're going to be diving into some gameplay for a budget deck I kind of put together. It is an M21 budget deck. It is Boros dogs. It's pretty much a budget deck in the sense that we only play 6 actual rare cards in the deck. I'm not really 100% sure on where I want to go with the budget formula. Is there a certain... I don't want to say this is a budget deck and then have 20 rares in it. I know a lot of people are new to the game. A lot of people have returned to the game. Some people may be playing the game for a while and may have better cards. So I could always give you suggestions on what to replace in future videos. But for now, we're going to be playing this budget Boros dog deck I did put together. Like I said, it includes 6 rares. All of them are new from M21. So if you're just getting into Magic the Gathering right now, it's just going to include cards that you'll be pulling from the current packs from M21. With enough said, guys, if you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to post more videos like this, hit that subscribe button out, and let's move on to what the deck is all about. So diving into the Boros dog deck, the deck overall is pretty straightforward on what it's trying to do. It's just trying to get the board wide as possible. We play a lot of cheap cards in the deck. Nothing really costs more than 3. The mana and lands are pretty straightforward. I mean, the only thing that's unfortunate with the land cards in our deck that we are currently playing for the Boros land deck is that they come into play tapped, so it does slow down our aggressiveness as trying to get in our opponent's face for damage. I would be one of the first areas I would say to upgrade is to probably get some more expensive lands just to kind of get a little bit more aggressive, so you can play your cards on turn 1, turn 2, and not have to wait for a land to untap. But overall, the deck is straightforward in the part that we want to just play our turn 1s, turn 2s, turn 3s, and so on and forth. Turn 1, turn 2s, and turn 3s. But the goal here is just to get as wide as possible on our opponent and deal as much damage as possible, and that can be done pretty easily just with the basis of some of the cards we have in our deck. So we first play Selfless Savior, which is a 1-drop dog that is a 1/1, has the ability to actually also be sacrificed and give target creature indestructible end of turn, which is definitely good because it pretty much allows us to save a creature, especially if they decide to board wipe from dying, if they decide to target it, and or if they want to do direct damage to one of our other things, we can also save it from dying that way. Then we got Shock is another card here. This is a spot removal to cause 1 mana, 2 damage to any target, or maybe even 2 damage to finish our opponent if they're that low on life. Alpine Watchdog is another card here in the deck. It's just a 2-cost 2/2 of Vigilance, but the benefit here is that we can also search for it with our Alpine Houndmaster, which is another card we'll go over shortly in the deck. Then we got the Pack Leader, which is the bread and butter of the deck because it is our dog lord. It gives all our other dogs +1/+1, and then whenever it attacks, it prevents all combat damage that be dealt this turn to dogs you control. So in a sense, it kind of gives all our dogs a fog when it comes to attack. So if our opponents decide to block any of our dogs, the damage that will be exchanged in between the things only goes one way, so our dogs will damage to their creatures. Our creatures won't take any damage. So it's it's like combat invincibility, which is pretty cool. So also they can't do any combat tricks as well, so they can't block and then also shock or something like that. So that's another interesting way. And it's all dogs, it's not just other dogs. So even attacking with the Pack Leader also gives him protection, so he can also be not be killed off if you decide to attack with him. Then we have the Igneous Cur, which is another 2-cost 1/2 dog. That has the ability to tap mana to get that additional +2/+0 until end of turn. Also can be searched for with the Alpine Houndmaster. Then we got the Scorching Dragonfire, which is another card that deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If that creature or planeswalker would die this turn, exile instead. So there's another spot removal, just a chance to exile something. So if they decide to play something on the board, we can exile it so it doesn't come back from their graveyard at any point. Definitely a good card. Also targets planeswalkers, which is pretty effective. Kind of gets rid of any of those annoying, pesky planeswalkers. Either chops them down or just kind of, just chops them down enough that they really can't be useful. Then we do the Underworld Rage Hound, which is another 2-cost 3/1 dog that attacks each turn if able. You can also escape it for 4, and when it escapes, it gets a +1/+1 counter. It's just a bigger body power card that we just want to attack with over and over again. Possibly a target that we can also Self-Savior if we don't want to die. But with the Pack Leader, this is something that we can also prevent from dying even when it comes to an attack. And it's going to be 4 damage with that attack. So definitely something definitely aggressive. Then we get the Alpine Houndmaster, which is the card I was talking about with the other cards. So it's a 2-cost 2/2. But it has the ability to search your library for a card named Alpine Watchdog and or card named Igneous Cur. So you either get one or the other, or you decide to choose both, which is definitely cool. And then whenever it attacks, it gets +1/+X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the number of attacking creatures. So it's you attack in with your board, depending on how many creatures it is, and he gets +X equal to the amount of other attacking creatures. So if you attack with 3 other creatures, he gets +3/+0. So he becomes a 5/2, which is something your opponent may want to block because that's a lot of damage. definitely a pretty strong card in that essence. And just the ability to kind of refill your hand after playing him is also a good thing, just to kind of keep threats on the board, especially even if there's a board wipe coming. You can kind of keep threats on the board and then kind of replenish the board after the board is wiped. Banish Delay for some more spot removal in case there's something we can't really shock down or burn down. We can just banish it off the battlefield. Unless that's Hexproof, which is another thing that that I kind of run into in my games. So that's the one thing that it unfortunately doesn't really do anything about. Then we got Glorious Anthem, which just pumps all our creatures across the board. They all get +1/+1 for 3 mana. We play 2 of them, which is definitely pretty good. It kind of like is an additional pack leader in case we don't draw a pack leader. Just makes our dogs just that little bit stronger until we maybe get the pack leader out into the battlefield. Then we also got the Bolt Town, which is another card that's pretty good because it's 3 cost 2/2 with haste, and whenever it attacks, creatures you control a +1/+0 until end turn. So it's like a little bit of an additional boost to kind of maybe get that little bit extra damage in onto your opponent. Maybe when your opponent's not expecting it, when you're especially wider than them, just to get that additional damage in is always good. And then we go into lands, which is 9 plains, 9 mountains, 2 Boros Guild Gates, and 4 Wind-Scarred Crags. Overall, like I said before, the deck cost is pretty small. 2 is the average cost because majority of our dogs are 2 cost. There's a few 3 cards and a few 1 cards, but overall 26 creatures, 5 instants, and 5 enchantments, and 24 lands. Pretty simple deck, pretty inexpensive. Like I said, there's only the 2 Glorious Anthems and the 4 pack leaders. And if you want to upgrade, I would suggest upgrading the Guild Gate and the Windscarred Crag. It doesn't really matter which one. I maybe would get rid of the Guild Gates first, play some with Shocklands, and then maybe keep a couple Windscarred Crags if you want to keep the life gain, or maybe just getting rid of them completely and maybe putting some Fabled Passages in or something like that to just kind of help filter your mana. It's up to you. Also, the Scrylands are pretty good. Also, they came out with M21, or if you already own them, the Scrylands are pretty good because you can also set up the next turn in case you want to really get something. But overall, this deck is pretty straightforward. You also probably cut back lands too if you really want to play additional things of certain things. So if you didn't want to play 24 lands, you probably play like 22 lands just because we'd only need to get to 3. That's up to you. But this is the deck I ran with. So let's get into some games and kind of see how it plays out and enjoy. Let's see our opening hand. We got in the play. We don't have a turn 1, but we have multiple turn 2s and 2 mana. So I think we'll keep it again. Hand's not terrible. Play a mountain, say go. Give our opponent the idea that we're playing maybe mono red. They're playing blue white. Dog. Maybe we'll draw an untap land because that'd be great here. They're playing probably like some sort of mutate maybe. See what they do here. All right, that's fine. I just wanted to see what they were doing. All right. That's perfectly fine. I think we're just gonna get our board wider. I don't mind losing a little bit of life. If they decide to attack, they attack. Next turn we can Glorious Anthem, which is good. We could also play Bolt Hound. That's fine. So I can't do anything about that. So I think we do Glorious Anthem. And say go. Interesting. So they're gonna take it. We're gonna save this. Now we're hoping that they possibly tap out. That's perfectly fine. Which you can get rid of this, which is good. I don't mind them having cats, but this now makes this an effective target to actually target. So it is perfectly fine to us that they gain a little life here. Our opponent goes first. I actually like our hand yet again. We have untapped lands. We're on the draw, but we can play turn 1 Selfless Survivor. Our opponent's also playing slow, which is good, I guess. Didn't draw a land though, so it makes me a little nervous. But we can search for some cards, which is always good. All right, so they're playing Selesnya something. Part of me wants to get this out and just attack in for 1. I know I could have probably done a better turn and got stuff, but I think this is the better play just because I can get a third land and play something. So the thing about enchanting that's fine. Yeah, so it's a 3/2. I could Bolt Hound and pump. I could just play this. This is gonna get big, so that's the thing. I gotta think about how to make this bigger. I think we Houndmaster. And we'll just search for 2 dogs. No attacks in turn. There's no point of us attacking in just because it's just gonna get bigger. That's fine. Maybe they have something else to do something. I mean, if they tap it down, that's actually good for us because then we can hopefully maybe get something to deal with it. And Holy Alpine Dogs. That's fine. That's what I thought. They're probably not going to do anything about that. We'll gain some life. We'll play an Alpine Watchdog. I no attacks. I mean, I guess if they give it Trample, that's something they could do. Or I wait for them to do something where they draw a card, that's fine. It's still not strong enough because I could... They're thinking about something. Gotta land. In all reality, if we draw a Pack Lord, that's still fine. It's only 1 creature. All it takes is them to like do something wrong and have it get tapped down. Because I will take 10 and play on us drawing something to deal with it. Because they are tapped out. Oh, you know, it doesn't actually tap down now. Gonna take it. I'm probably dead. I don't understand. They have 1 man open. Yeah, it's not gonna do anything, unfortunately, now. And it's just we don't have... Just let it resolve. Yeah. We're dead. Alright, this hand's better. This hand's definitely a keeper, just because it has stuff. And we're not really too worried about, at least as of right now, anything really. Teamer, something. Alright, they got counters. Is it Teamer like Teamer Reclamation? You can counter it. No? Growth Spiral? I mean, if it's a Growth Spiral, I mean, might as well just go ahead and do something about it, you know? I don't understand the hold up. Never understood that. So they have mana open. Oh. All right, burn 2 burn cards to burn 1 card. It seems worth. The other one fizzles. Whenever you cast a spell that's white, blue, black, or red, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Interesting. I'm kind of curious now. Like, what are they doing? Alright, that's fine. Darn. Alright, so we're just gonna play the game of let's do damage back to each other. I mean, I'll attack him for 2, and I'll just replay my pack leader. That's perfectly fine. I'll play Guildgate and see go. Another Dryad. Nice. That's fine. Okay. So, Teamer Elementals. We're on the play. I like our hand. I'm gonna mulligan. Alright, this one's better. We'll keep 6. We'll just get rid of this because we just researched for it. Our opponent's thinking. Alright, we're gonna play this and play tapped. Say go. Yes, we are playing tap lands. Alright, they didn't play anything, so that's good. That's good for us, right? Yes. So they're playing Flash? I played the lands wrong. That's fine. Interesting. So blue-green didn't have a play. Mutate? Interesting. Yeah, we'll do it that way. See how he blocks. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Still takes damage. He could mutate it, get 3/3s. That's fine. We'll Glorious Anthem next turn, which all our creatures then get pumped. It's a 3/4. It's not a big deal. If he does get a Starix, though, that could be an issue. That's the one issue that could happen out of this. Yeah, because all our things don't other than that. That's fine. Starks would be the big deal right here. Because Starks would get bodies on the battlefield. Land. Which should be enough for Starks. Burrow, okay. That's not good enough? So I attack in. Alright, they mutate again. Get a land? Oh, they get a 3/3. Interesting, okay. Yeah, so going to attack. These all get indestructible. Go to blockers. That is fine. It's enough to kill everything. We'll get a Cur on the battlefield, and then we'll get another Houndmaster. We're just gonna get wider than him and hope for the best. Thin our deck out a little bit. We can always Glorious Anthem next turn. He's at 4. So he has to gain he either has to mutate a lot or he has to gain a lot of life. He has 2 cards, so he has an Uro and something else in the graveyard. So he has 8 mana. This has been mutated, what, 3 times? 2 times. So another Uro. Gain some life. Get a land, okay. So 7. I'm gonna assume he's just gotta throw some mutates on it, right? Mutate, get a 3/3. This gains flying, get a lot of lands. Then thins the deck out. Mutate again. Another land. Good game. Good game. Only problem is mutate. You never go wide. All right, so to recap everything, the deck overall plays fairly well. For an aggressive deck, I mean, I would say what I would suggest here to probably do is probably upgrade your lands to the duels that comes into play untapped lands. That's the only thing I think that holds us back a little bit for speed. As being an aggressive deck, you want to get in there as quickly as possible, so upgrading your lands into the shock lands is always a good play if you don't already own them. Glorious Anthem is always a fun card, just because it buffs our board. Pack Leaders is an additional way to buff our board even further, especially the dogs, and preventing the damage. Like I said, there's a couple matchups I think we had tonight that really didn't we didn't favor well just because of the power of the deck we were playing against, so that's kind of like unfortunate. But overall, the games that we did play, we did do the things we needed to do and kind of be aggressive against our opponent, and it kind of worked out for our benefit. So guys, let me know in the comments below what you think of this deck. Is this a fun budget deck? Let me know also if I do budget decks, like what would be like the ideal like wild card like budget. Would it be like 6 gold cards and maybe a couple mythics, or it'd be like 4 rare cards and 2 mythics? Let me know what you think on like an overall budget you would want to see in a budget deck. Down in the comments below. And if you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to know when I post more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. I will catch you in the next video.